Mr. Secretary, this is an OPEC meeting that it's hard to remember one that is really on par with this. This isn't just about trying to set prices, trying to boost prices, manipulate prices. This is really something that comes down to geopolitical issues at this point, with Russia being front and center, trying to make sure that it can continue to get money in to fund its war. What's riding on this time? What should we be watching?
Yeah, to say we live in interesting times is a great understatement. When you think about what's at stake here, whether it's the global economy, if we get a massive hit. No, I don't think we'll have a massive hit, but the point is curtailing that production, the potential to drive up inflation across the country. You compound that with what's going on in Eastern Europe and Ukraine, the potential for a real chaotic time is there. And it goes back to, and again, I'm very critical of the current administration from the standpoint of their war on fossil fuels in the United States in particular. We could be filling the gap, so to speak, with our ability to produce. We were certainly independent of anyone a few years ago, and we lost that potential because of the clear message that we're not going to build any more pipelines. We're going to make it very difficult in the United States to produce, whether it's offshore, whether it's our federal leases. So this meeting and our lack of ability to influence it, I think that's one of the things that's not lost on me, is that the Saudis in particular don't have a particularly close relationship with the Biden administration. And so there's not that appearance of wanting to work with the United States that we had, let's say, 4 years ago.
You look at the Saudis at this point. It's a new regime there as well, new people who have come in. Do we trust the Saudis at this point in terms of they're not going to be our partners with this administration, potentially with others too? And when they're in the position of choosing Russia over us and making that very clear, what are the ramifications long term?
Well, long term, I still have great hope that the Saudis, the Middle East writ large, if you will. Obviously, Iran is not going to be our friend, and they're not the friend of the Saudis from the standpoint of the geopolitics that you mentioned earlier. So I think long term, the Saudi government has historically been, well, let me back it up, for 6 years. Over the years I was at the Department of Energy, we had a good working relationship with them. I think that can be retrieved. I certainly hope so. And I think it's important for us, and I think it's important for the region. When you think about the Saudis, their intent to work with Israel in the last 4 years, I think all of that bodes well for the future. I just think we're in one of these rocky relationships, and you have the Russians who saw this opportunity to take advantage of the rift, if you will, between the United States and Saudi, and they're going to take advantage of it. And I hope that there's some sensibilities that are put in place here as decisions are made on the production cuts. I think a production cut is coming. I think it's going to drive up oil prices to some degree. Yet to see what that's going to be. But it could potentially be a very chaotic time for world markets as we go forward.